Nathaniel Bandy. Striving for originality.
This Top 10 intro is brought to you by VectorStar Productions. Oh my god, I can't believe I actually got a 100% completion on this game. I thought the day would never come. Lucky for you guys, completing the game means it's time to talk about the hardest shines to collect in Super Mario Sunshine. It took about 30 hours to complete everything, and surprisingly enough, not a single 100 coin star made the list. It took a while to complete, no doubt, but they weren't all that difficult to me. So now, it's time to get this top 10 soaking. Bad puns aside, without further ado, let's go! Starting this list off at Galado Beach, Episode 2 barely makes this list. This may seem like a rather strange shine to make the list, but I have my reasons. The objective is to knock Cataquacks off of the mirrors. Knocking one off at once is simple. Simply spray the Cataquack down to the edge and ground pound the other side of the mirror. Then you get to the mirror with 2 Cataquacks, and it's still not too difficult, but there's a higher chance that you'll get hit by one. But then you get to the final mirror with 3 Cataquacks. Oh my god, these wingless gumdrops with beaks turn into a real pain in the neck. And yes, I do think they look like gumdrops, except with cute little feet and beaks attached. Anyway, it can be quite a challenge trying to spray all 3 of these things at once. Well, technically, you can't spray them all at once. You have to veer your spraying over all of them equally, but it's not as easy as it looks or sounds. It's easy to spray down one at a time, but you can easily get attacked from the side. In most Mario games, I feel like I'm in total control. Super Mario Sunshine is, in my opinion, the best controlling Mario game of all time due to the use of his F.L.U.D pack. So, when you have to play levels without F.L.U.D, you feel almost helpless. Usually those levels only consist of the ones that happen in some alternate dimension with that catchy-ass music, but this shine is played on a normal level. The goal here is to get to the middle of the level, retrieve F.L.U.D, and talk to a Pianta to get to the shine. This may seem simple, but the goo here will hurt you. Badly. Don't even try jumping and diving past the goo. It's not gonna work. This lava goo has its ways of killing you if you get too deep into it. So instead, you're gonna have to pull a Harriet Tubman and go underground to save the day. Figuring out which way to go can be a nightmare the first time around. There's so many paths to choose from. When you do find the way, you'll have to avoid several spiders and those electrifying turtle things. I don't know what those things are called. Leave a comment and tell me what those enemies are if you want. But anyway, when you do find the right path to go, you still have to avoid more lava goo. Oh my god. When you get past all that though, it's pretty easy to get to the star, but the whole process can be rather challenging, especially the first time.
Number 8.
And we are returning to Pianta Village, but this time we're collecting the red coins! Yay! Yeah, actually that was total sarcasm, because these red coins are so hard to find the first time. The developers put these coins in literally the most obscure places ever. There's coins underground, on the very top of the trees, hiding in the grass, up your ass, you name it. Oh, that rhymed. And on top of that, getting to the star is pretty tricky too. You have to grab a piece of fluff to get to a cloud to get to the star. Just the idea of having to do that is ridiculous on its own, but you can't just use any fluff flying around. No, you have to use a very specific fluff that takes you to the star. It's very hard to calculate when you're supposed to let go of this fluff to land on the cloud. The camera angle is very awkward. On my first try, I let go of the fluff way too early and died, and had to get the coins all over again.
Number 7.
Oh my god, this star is so freaking annoying. As for all 3D Mario games, King Boo will make an appearance at one point, and in this game, you fight him at a beach in a hotel. The concept is very cool. You basically go inside a roulette table, and then you fight King Boo. He's not nearly as easy as he was in Super Mario 64 though. You have to spray a slot machine, and then pray that fruit will come out. If they do, you grab the pepper, throw it at him, then grab another fruit to hit with him. Rinse and repeat 3 times. This shine can take anywhere from 2 to 15 minutes to complete because it's total luck if you get fruit to come out in the first place. Usually when I play this, it takes like 10 minutes to beat this freaking shine because the fruit will not randomly spawn out. I always get random enemies spitting out of the machine, and it's usually the most difficult ones to kill too. And on top of all this, the freaking floor is moving, which makes it even harder to control what I'm doing. Now, of course, you can stop it by ground pounding the purple spaces, but it's hard to keep up with doing that while killing enemies, getting hit by enemies, and trying to throw fruit at a ghost. How does a pepper even affect the ghost? I thought you couldn't touch them in the first place?
Number 6.
Oh boy, another red coin shine. This one is from Pinna Park, and it's a lot like the red coin challenge from Pianta Village, but only a lot harder. The red coins are in even more obscure spots than Pianta Village. You have to be very creative with your F.L.U.D pack to get a lot of these coins. It makes the star very satisfying and fun when you do collect the really hard coins, but that doesn't make it any less challenging. It's shines like this that make me wish that we could still use the F.L.U.D pack in the newer Mario games. I mean, this level would be impossible without it. You are completely dependent on F.L.U.D here. Where's the sequel to Mario Sunshine, Nintendo? Can you please bring it back? Can we see it at E3 2014? I would literally shit golden poop if a sequel was announced.
Number 5.
Yep, we are back at Pianta Village for the final time, because this is the hardest shine in this world. The secret of the village Underside is a somewhat challenging shine on its own, but when you go back to get the red coins for it, dear Neptune, you have a very small time frame to collect the 8 red coins, and let me tell you, you will go through trial and error trying to figure out when you're supposed to get thrown. You can't really get any of these coins without the help of the big fat throwers. You need to be nearly perfect with the throwing. There's even one coin where you have to be thrown onto a rope. What? Why does this exist? Well, technically, you don't have to be thrown onto it. You can make it to the rope using F.L.U.D and another platform, but it takes so much time to do it, it's almost not even worth it. This shine didn't even make me feel good after beating it. I didn't feel satisfied at all. Thankfully, there are a couple sections where you can skip being thrown to shave off a few seconds, but that doesn't really make the shine much easier.
Number 4.
And now we're really diving deep into this pool. The infamous Pachinko Mini-Game puts Mario inside of a pinball machine, and let me tell you, it's not your Sonic Spinball or Space Cadet. Oh, if you've ever played Space Cadet on Windows XP, you're old, and you had a good childhood. So, sorry, that was kind of off topic. Anyway, the developers really make you feel like a helpless marble being bounced around on this stage. You basically have to launch yourself to the top and attempt to aim inside all the slots to grab the coins. For some reason, F.L.U.D nor Mario himself want to work for this level, especially on the left side of the stage. It's almost like some force is just pushing me to the right side. I wonder if it's... Nah, it's not him. And the worst part is, if you don't land inside a tiny slot, you fall through a hole and die, which means you have to start all over from the beginning. I think I need to get the pinball wizard from Soho down to Brighton to play this shine for me. Please tell me at least a couple of you understood that reference.
Number 3.
The next time you're on a roller coaster, see if there's a tree around the middle of the track. If there is, bring a water gun and try to shoot it. I bet you couldn't, could you? Being able to do that is about as hard as this shine is. We have to shoot 20 pink Bowser balloons in 3 laps. Ho, mama, is this shine a doozy. You really need to sit down, focus, and practice this shine to figure out what angles will hit the balloons. Some of the balloons are at the most awkward angles ever. You'd have a better shot getting a bullseye playing darts while spinning in a chair blindfolded. Why are the balloons pink anyway? I'm not trying to be stereotypical here, but seriously, if there was one color that I could imagine seeing Bowser or Bowser Jr. in, pink would be the last color on my mind.
Number 2.
Glado Beach's Watermelon Festival. The goal is to roll a watermelon across the stage to a pianta. It's not just any watermelon though, it has to be the biggest one, because hey, bigger is better, right? Not really, but for this shine, it is. The biggest watermelon just happens to be at the very freaking top of the mountain on this stage, and let me tell you, this is no easy feat. These watermelons are just like balloons. They pop faster than the balloons do for the roller coaster shines. If you move the watermelon too fast, it pops. If you push on something with it just a little too hard, it pops. If a cataquack touches it, it pops. Simply touching the watermelon the wrong way will make it go pop! And speaking of cataquacks, it must be mating season at the time this shine takes place because the level is filled with them. This shine has taken me up to an hour because of small, stupid mistakes I made. The watermelon is so sensitive, it doesn't make any sense that they just pop. Let's make this shine a scenario if you're not comprehending how challenging this shine is. Okay, imagine if you have to go to the grocery store. On your way home, if you go over one tiny bump on the road, your groceries magically disappear, and you have to go back and buy them again. Is that not a good enough example? Okay, imagine that you're taking a really hard test at school. Let's say you have to get a 100 on the test. If you don't, even if you get a 99, you have to take it over again with brand new questions on top of that. Comprende now? Good, because now I'm gonna aquify your minds with the hardest shine in Super Mario Sunshine.
And now the number 1 hardest Super Mario Sunshine shine is...
Between Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine's 8 red coin collecting stars / shines, this is the most challenging one from both games. Oh my god. So we basically have to go on this leaf and squirt water to make it move. We go down this stream and have to collect the red coins. Aiming for these coins is relentlessly challenging. It's very easy to miss 1 or 2 coins along the way. And to make matters worse, you can't take your time to make sure you don't miss any coins. If you're on the leaf for too long, it'll disintegrate. And you might think the first time playing this, why do I even have to be on this leaf? There's water I could swim in, right? Oh, how the game developers trolled us all. For whatever reason, the water in this level is very bad, as it will instantly kill Mario if you touch it. So you know what that means if you miss a couple red coins? You have to balance yourself on the tiny railings on one of the sides of the stream, and very carefully make your way back to the coins you missed. From there, you need to perfectly time your jump and grab the coin and use F.L.U.D. to save your hairy ass. I've only been able to recover these coins a few times in my life, and I've played this stage literally hundreds of times. Why is the water poisonous anyway? Is this sewer water or something? Is this the place that it goes? It must be. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, don't finish the video yet! Huh? We aren't done yet. We aren't? Oh, don't kid yourself, Nathaniel. If we don't talk about the top 10 hardest blue coins in Super Mario Sunshine, we know that we'll get flooded with comments about it. I make a good point. Yes, I do. Now get to it.
Number 10, number 9, number 8, number 7, number 6, number 5, number 4, number 3, number 2.
Who remembers Corona Mountain? I bet you do. If you played this game, it's one of the most memorable stages in the game. Who was masochist enough to collect the 9 blue coins at this section in the end? I was. I'll tell you what, collecting these coins is the final test the game puts you through to see if you've mastered the controls or not. Holy crap, these blue coins are hard to get. But there is one more I need to talk about. I think we all know where this is going.
And now the number 1 hardest blue coin in Super Mario Sunshine is...
I always thought it was stupid that you had to give fruit to the ladies to get a blue coin from them. Couldn't they just walk over and grab it themselves? At least for the most part, it's an easy task to do. That is until you talk to this lady. She wants you to get Durians. At first, you may think, well, what the fuck is a durian? Then you realize it's the only fruit that you can't pick up. And on top of that, you have to get it across the canal in the level. What the hell, Nintendo? Seriously, what the hell is your problem? You expect us to kick fruit across a canal to give to some lady 3 times in a row? Have you completely lost your mind? I freaking hate durians. Why do they have to exist? Why can't I pick them up? I mean, really? I just can't get over this blue coin. Ugh! Now, I actually went to the store to look for a real-life durian and planned to destroy it on camera for entertainment for you guys, but I couldn't find any. So now, what do you think is the hardest shine and blue coin to get in this game? Did you love or hate my list, and why? Leave a comment and share. I'll respond to as many of you as I can. Make sure to check out my channel tomorrow, as I'll be posting another top 10 this month. How about that? Have a fabulous day, everybody. Thanks so much for watching.